Go, sir.
We're in Madison, Wisconsin, asking you, how would you fix America?
Honestly, I think the number one driving force behind human innovation is the base rate of hunger. Very actively, people work so that their stomachs are filled and that their children's stomachs are filled. I think that the welfare cards are not helping the situation. I know people are hungry and everything else, but this welfare program that we have, especially with the food cards, is driving up the market prices for all foods, and we see it from the grocery store to the farmer's market to the farm itself. When somebody doesn't have to work to buy food, it makes the price for food go up for all the people that are working, and it's very demotivating when you have to work extra hard to feed people that are not working, that are on strike or whatever else. We are part of the Occupy group here. Personally, as a person that's always worked, and I've been working my whole life, and you know, just any situation I've been in, I've been working, mostly farming, and I just don't personally see a benefit of it. I am pretty much down with the bread lines through the churches. The Catholic Church has been running a real good bread line throughout this economic stress, which is all excess food. And in a place like Wisconsin or other farming communities, it's a real good thing. I understand the need for welfare cards currently in some situations, but even I've gone through Chicago, and I've actually lived on the south side of Chicago a couple of times as a stint making some money. I know there's a lot of people out there that just don't work. I think that would change if they were hungry. I really do. If you're not hungry, there's no real motivation, but if you're thrown out into the world with no anything, you gotta do something to get that belly full. You're not gonna sit there and nap all day, or go, you know, do whatever you do. If you're hungry, you can go figure that out and then go from there. And so, I think that would be the number one thing, is ending the welfare program. As a person living in a tent in a parking lot, it's even more of a motivating factor, because I am doing work every day.
Oh, really?
And so I think that would be like the first step, because if you have to grow your own food, you're just that much more connected to the functions of living. So.
Second question?
Second question is, what is your current occupation, and has your quality of life improved or diminished in the current economy?
Actually, I've had the advantage of with more than half the people not working. I've got a lot of skills in trade. Number one, farming. I've done migrant farm tours of California and the Appalachians. I farmed all the way from Tennessee to Maine, and I farmed the entire western coast. I farmed Minnesota, Wisconsin, and Kentucky too, which is pretty much the entire continent. And then beyond that, I'm a seamstress and a tailor. I don't know if you guys can see all this stuff, but I mean, I quilt and everything else. I can sew head to toe gear, shoes, hats, whatever. I'm a cobbler, and yeah, the pay isn't the same, whereas maybe a decade ago for something sewn, you could get somebody to throw you $100 for a pretty artsy piece. Nowadays you might get $5 or $10, but $5 or $10 in the middle of the month, when, you know, and that's another thing that I've really noticed with the economy, is that people that are working have no money at the beginning of the month, and there's two different times of which there's money flowing through the marketplace these days, and it's about mid-month for everybody that's working. They have money in the middle of the month after everything's paid, and for everybody that isn't working, there's like a 3-day burst of money at the beginning of the month, and so there's like two different economies going on: the people that are working versus the people that aren't.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Yeah.